Let me I'll start with the final plea calendar and see who we have with us this afternoon. Position 1, Ivy Billington. Ms. Billington is represented by Ms. Rockwell, who has a leave filed. If we don't hear from Ms. Rockwell before the end of the court session, we'll reset her cases until August 2nd on the final plea calendar. Position 2, Thomas Carpenter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Aaron Johnson for Mr. Carpenter, who is present in the courtroom in the red shirt. Your Honor, we just came on board, filed our entry either yesterday or the day before. We respectfully ask for a one-time reset of this final plea if possible.
Okay. The only final pleas that we're going to have will be that August 2nd calendar. You think you can work everything out by that time? If not, it'll have to be returned to the division judge.
Yes, sir. That works for us.
Okay.
We'll be diligent.
All right. So we'll reset you the August 2nd final plea calendar. That's at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything further this afternoon?
Your Honor, that concludes my business, if I may be excused.
Y'all have a good afternoon. Thank
As
you.
well. Thank you, Your Honor.
Position number 3, Joseph Duarte. Represented by Mr. Sullivan. We'll see if we can get in touch with Mr. Sullivan. Position 4, Shaka Foreman.
Judge, that's my case. Is Ms. Foreman present in court or on Zoom? She called me today. So Judge, just give me an opportunity to raise her. And
Okay.
I'll have an announcement.
I'll hold for your announcement, Ms. Helen. Position 5, Quintavious Gates. Quintavious Gates, represented by Leah Davis Madden.
I had the
Oh.
leave of absence was filed on that.
Okay,
A medical.
we will reset that case until August 2nd. Position 6, Jimmy Gilmore.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mr. Gilmore is here, and I am here representing him.
Okay. Do you want to pre-try the case, Ms. McLeod?
We've already received an offer from the prosecutor.
Okay,
My client has rejected, so it looks like it's going to be a trial.
okay.
Mr. Gilmore has 2 cases on the docket, Your Honor, position 6 and 7. First time they were on ORCA was in May of 2024. Together, both transferred here in November and December. Offers conveyed in May.
Okay. Does he have an outstanding bench warrant? If he does, I want to make sure to lift it. I have on my calendar, there was a bench warrant issued when he didn't appear the last time. If there is, and he is here today, I want to set that aside.
What had happened, Your Honor, he appeared and Judge Lau told us that he had to actually physically come to the next
Oh,
appearance. He
okay.
actually lives in Nashville, Your Honor,
Okay,
but he did make sure he was here too.
okay. So, no, we don't see it.
It was a warrant issue.
There was.
It was a bench warrant issue.
Thank you.
Yes, 2 FTAs.
Okay. Ms. McLeod, if you would like to prepare a motion to set aside for the court, I'm happy to sign it, given that he's here today and that he's requested a jury trial.
If we could wait for a moment just to review, let me see if I can find something.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I'd like to review what the documents look like.
Sure. of
Okay,
course.
all right, so we'll come back. We'll hold for Mr. Gilmore. Position 8, Christopher Hodge. Is that your case also, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, this is my case also, Your Honor.
Okay,
When the case was with Judge Edie, we actually were on for a jury trial. And I did not receive some of the video evidence until the Friday before the trial. So I had filed for a continuance, but this case really has to go to trial because
okay,
I don't believe we are going to reach a resolution.
okay. So the case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Okay?
Yes,
Is Mr. Hodge with us?
he should be on Zoom. I spoke to him this morning and I sent him the Zoom link. And he said we will be appearing from Zoom.
Okay. Mr. Hodge, are you on the Zoom call with me? Doesn't appear so, but since you've spoken with them, Ms.
This morning.
Okay, you're fine.
Yes,
You're
I-
fine, Ms. McLeod. You're fine. I'm gonna, you're an officer of the court, so if you told me that you've spoken with them, I'll just return it to the division judge, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I see, Miss Kelsey Drometer, she's the victim in this case, she's on Zoom.
In the Hodge case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I don't have notes that this was on for a jury trial in the division. My notes show that, no, I think you're probably right. I don't have a problem with what the defense is requesting. You have all the discovery that you need.
I believe so,
Okay.
yes, because what had happened at the time,
Mhm.
I had thought I had all the videos, and then on the Friday before the trial, I received some new videos.
Got it.
So I had to file a motion for continuance,
Sure.
but I have all of that now. I did ask them if there was anything else, they told me there was nothing else. There's a significant amount of videos in this case, so.
okay,
So, and I believe I've seen all of them. I've gone through all that they've said.
okay. So, the alleged victim is who?
She's a nurse.
I mean, what's her name so that I can have her contact you or address her?
Her name is Gomika. Kelsey Gomika, I believe, is the alleged.
There's a,
No, Kelsey Drometer,
Drometer.
Drometer with a D, Drometer. She is a stranger to the defendant.
okay, good afternoon, Mr. Almeida. Appreciate you being here this afternoon. This case is going to be returned to the division judge. The solicitor's office will reach out to you at some time prior to that time. I'm sure to speak with you. Is there anything further that you need from the court this afternoon, ma'am?
No, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You have.
We
a
will
good-
reach out to you, ma'am. I'm aware of the facts of the case and that this has bounced back and forth a little bit. And I reviewed the file, so this is not going to be a case that's getting dismissed or handled any differently because of that, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Position number 9, Paul Jones.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Janie Hawkins for Mr. Jones.
Good afternoon.
Present. I believe this is gonna be a trial.
Do you need to pre-try today with the
Yeah,
solicitor's
we
office?
spoke it.
Oh, okay, so you have everything you need in the case?
Yes.
Okay. As such, it'll be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything further this afternoon?
That concludes my business today. I do want to stick around and talk to Ms. Allen.
Okay, very good. Can your client be dismissed? All right, you'll get notice of your next hearing date, Mr. Jones. Have a good weekend. Position number 10, Catherine Kelly, also, Ms. Rockwell's case. Is anyone here on that case? A leave has been filed. The case will be reset till August 2nd. Position 11, Sharonda Lamar.
No, that's my case. We're maintaining not guilty plea, requesting a jury trial. Judge, I don't see her here right now. I've talked to her, although not recently, not in the last 3 weeks. She's always showed up for court. This started out in division. She's at school at RN. I would just ask the courts not to issue a bench warrant. I'll try and give her a call again, but she's always here. But we are requesting a jury trial in this case, Judge.
Okay. The case will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification as to that of your next hearing date. Position 12, Tanetta Luster. Tanetta Luster, is that your case, Miss Helen? No?
Judge.
Okay, you're on the calendar is the only reason I ask.
Lester, position 12,
Yes.
I don't see any name here, so, I'll
Okay.
update, I apologize.
Your name's on my calendar, but, Miss Tanetta Luster. Miss Luster does not appear by the end of the calendar, a bench warrant will be issued.
Judge, just give me an opportunity, I'll try to find her and contact her before the end of the call a calendar.
Okay. Position 13, Anthony McClure. That's not your case either, Miss Helen?
Judge, give me an opportunity.
Hold on, my
to
calendar.
Reach Mr. McCoy.
Okay. Mr. McClure, with me? Position 14, Brandy McQueen.
Judge, that's my case. I've spoken to Ms. McQueen. We are requesting a jury trial for this case.
Okay, is he with me today?
I've spoken to Ms. McQueen. Give me an opportunity to have her appear.
Ms. McQueen, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Ms. McQueen. So you're still requesting a jury trial. So, Ms. McQueen, your case will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date. If you'll hold on for us, so Ms. Helen can speak with you to make sure that she has all the information that she needs from you. Okay? All right. And once you accomplish that, you're free to go, Ms. McQueen. Position 15, Tiffany Perry.
Judge, that's also my case. Is Ms. Perry present in court? She's present here. I've spoken to Ms. Perry. We've received all discovery, has been satisfied in the case. We're requesting a jury trial from Ms. Perry.
Okay, Ms. Perry, your case will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, ma'am.
Yes,
Do you have you're welcome. Do you have everything, Ms. Helen, that you need from Ms. Perry?
I do, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Perry, you're free to go this afternoon. Have a good weekend, ma'am. Position 16 and 17, Nadia Reese.
Number 18 as well.
Okay.
She was here this
Yes.
morning.
I need to pre-try to say, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you. So Ms. Reese, you'll speak with Ms. Watson Cafe and she will report back to me, okay? Position 19, Warren Solomon.
Murphy's.
Right, I see Mr. Murphy, are you with me? Mr. Solomon with me? Okay. And Mr. Murphy's gone. I'll hold for Mr. Murphy's announcement. Position 20, Torres Hernandez.
He is present in the courtroom. I'm waiting for an interpreter.
Okay, do we have an interpreter on the line?
I've reached out to Miss Adriana Chauncey. She should be hopping on in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I think she has another proceeding, but
Okay,
she has a Zoom link, so she should be here momentarily.
thank you, Mr.
It'll
Glanville.
be pre-trial, Judge. There's a possibility we may have a plea with the help of the interpreter.
Okay, thank you. Position 21, I signed a null pros for Alan Walker.
That's my case, Judge. So it has been signed, great.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Position 22, Deron Williams.
Judge Andrew Smith, I'm Howard and ARCA. Is Mr. Williams here in the courtroom? I'm not sure if he's online. Your Honor, that would be a plea, but we have been.
I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Williams?
Yes, it's he.
Okay, so can you activate your camera for me, Mr. Williams?
Okay.
Can I get a current phone number?
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
You're not driving, are you?
I just pulled out the driveway from my job. While
Okay.
y'all was still-
I need for you to pull over, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. While he's pulling over, Mr. Murphy, are you with me? No, he's gone again.
I'll let you know when he joins back on the Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, right, he's here.
Judge,
Yes, Mr. Murphy.
I'm having a heck of a time with a signal today. Position 19 I've got is
Mr. Solomon.
Mr. Solomon. Judge, if we can reset that to August 1st, he's still incarcerated outside of our jurisdiction.
Okay, August 1st, final plea calendar.
And then the next case I had was position 24, which is Jacoby Williams. and we're just looking to send that back to the division judge. We're maintaining our not guilty plea.
Okay. So, okay, we'll return that to the division judge. And
Mr. Williams present?
I'm not.
Yes, Jacoby present. I saw him there.
Mr. Glanville,
His connection, I think, has cut out, and so his audio and video is frozen. But
well,
he was here.
that young man, he sounded to be,
About.
Deron
Be
Williams.
your guy.
I'm about to pull over in like 1 minute.
That's Deron Williams and not Jacoby Williams, because his name is Jacoby.
Right, but I think he thought we were referring to him and he answered for Deron.
Okay,
So we just need to adjust.
okay, so let me, have him get back on, we'll figure it all out.
And for quick clarification, maybe I heard wrong for Warren Solomon. Did you say August 1st or August 2nd?
Okay, it will be the second.
Okay.
And that's for Solomon? Is that who you're asking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Murphy, did you get August 2nd, not August 1st?
Looks like he's gone as well.
I'm gonna ask.
Mr. Murphy, are you still there?
That was Mr. Williams.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Murphy? We can't hear you, Mr. Murphy.
On mute.
Okay, while they try to get their devices working, position 25, Yvonne Wilson. Yes, Ms. Katisha.
She's present here in court, Judge. I'd like to announce pre-trial.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Wilson. We'll be with you. Position 26, Jason Wright.
That is also my case, Judge. Is Mr. Wright present on the Zoom call?
Here, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
I've spoken to Mr. Wright. We
afternoon,
received
Your Honor.
all discovery in this case, and we are requesting a jury trial.
Okay, Mr. Wright, your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notice of your next hearing date, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're free to go today. Have a good weekend.
You too, Your
All
Honor.
right, Judge, I should be back on.
Okay, let's see, Mr. Murphy, for Mr. Solomon, the date is August 2nd.
August
Okay,
2nd.
so if
Okay.
you want to make note of that, and
Okay.
Mr. Williams, can you tell me your full name?
Yes, my apologies. Jacoby Williams, Jacoby.
Okay, yes, good afternoon, Mr. Williams. So this is Mr. Williams, you are Mr. Murphy's client. He has requested a jury trial for you. As such, your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
Okay.
All right, all right. You're free to go today. Be safe.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I have down, Mr. Smith, that Mr. Deron Williams is incarcerated in Rockdale County Jail. Is he or he was supposed to be released on May 24th. Have you heard from him at all?
No, Your Honor, we've been trying to reach him for probably the last 4 weeks, various people in my office. And I was not aware that he may have been incarcerated, but we've been completely unable to get in touch with him or to go over the plea with him. We've tried we've tried calling in, texting him, sending, I think, even certified mail, and everything is coming up short.
Okay. We'll issue a bench warrant for him today. If you do hear from him, I'm happy to entertain a set aside if you get in touch with him. If not, maybe we can get him through a bench warrant.
All right, thank you. Your
Okay,
Honor.
anything further today?
No, Your Honor. May I be
Yes,
excused?
have a good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Moving on to the ORCA show cause calendar.
I apologize. Before we
Mhm.
move on to the status, I do have announcements for position 12 and 13 on the final fee. These both cases appeared on the May 3rd, 2024 status conference calendar. I was out of the country, but I did make that entry and I have numbers. If I could just announce pre-trial for both of those.
Okay. I will hope your announcement on 12 and 13.
Thank you.
ORCA show cause calendar position 1, Joseph Lanier. Joseph Lanier. Bench warrant will be issued. Position 2, Mohammed Manesh.
Hold on that one, Your Honor. I believe that was put on this docket by Judge Law. And the requirement was that he apply to DUI court and then come and provide a status today.
Okay,
And instead of, they appeared on Zoom, he and his attorney and Mr. Toller was saying he was gonna be out of the country. And then his client went to Fayette County and applied for drug court there. So we need to see if he's connected with our county, I think that.
okay. Do you want me to reset that to August
I'd
2nd?
just like to hold to the end of the docket so I can look it up.
Okay. Position 2, Mohammed Manesh. Mohammed Manesh. Bench warrant will be granted if he doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 3, Barbara McKnight. Barbara McKnight. Bench warrant will be granted if she doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 4, Michael McReynolds. Michael McReynolds. Bench warrant will be granted if he does not appear by the end of the calendar. Juan Pittman, position 5. Ron Pittman. Bench warrant will be granted if he doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 6, Jalen Robinson. Jalen Robinson. Bench warrant will be granted if he doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 7, Ulysses Rogers.
That would be a offender case. There's not been any contact and previous missed court dates as well.
Okay, maybe we can get him through a bench warrant. Position 8, DeAndre Scanal. Bench warrant. Position 9, Amanda Stivers. Hi, Ms. Stivers, good afternoon. Let's see, is that your case? All right, good afternoon, Ms. Stivers, we'll have Mr. Haddad speak with you today. Thank you, ma'am, we'll be with you. Position 10, Kiera Strong.
That's my case. I made entry into Ms. Strong's case. Is Ms. Strong present in court or on a Zoom call? Judge, I've had no contact with Ms. Strong. I think there was a failure to appear, and the contact information, wasn't good.
Okay, we'll issue a bench warrant for her today. Position 11, Regina Trice.
That's also my case, Judge. I made entry into her case. Is Ms. Trice present in court or on the Zoom call? Judge, I've had no contact, and this was also a previous failure to appear. Right?
Bench warrant will be granted. Position 12, Khalil Watts.
That would be our case as well. A prior phrase. Not had any contact with him, and likewise, I think there's a history of not being present.
Okay, bench warrant will be granted. Positions 13 and 14, Jada Wheeler. Jada Wheeler. Bench warrant. Position 15, DeAnthony White. Let me start with the Zoom. Is there anyone on Zoom that did not hear their name or join me late?
Judge,
Yes, Mr. Murphy.
so we're tight on those two cases, right? I've been having trouble with the signal.
Yes, one was reset till August 2nd. The other was is being returned to the division judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All
I'll
right.
leave you alone. Thank you now.
You're
Appreciate it.
fine. Have a good weekend. Mr. Murphy. Let me see, anyone else on the Zoom call that did not hear their name or joined me late? Okay, if you're on this, sir, that's on the Samsung, I can't hear you, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Christopher Hodge, Hodge.
On the final plea calendar, Your Honor. Position 8, that was Maureen McLeod, returning to the division.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hodge. Your attorney was with us earlier. Your case is being returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go today.
Okay.
All right, anyone in court with me that didn't hear their name or joined me late? Yes, ma'am. Stand up for me.
That's my case. Judge.
Okay,
I think I already made the announcement, so that's position number 11.
okay. Okay, Ms. Lamar. Mr. Dad will be with you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, position number 12. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Foreman.
Also my case, Judge.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, court will be in recess until there is an announcement. Thank you.
Can I make one announcement?
Yes.
Judge, on the final plea, the Ron Williams, he's the gentleman with private counsel. I went on the Rockdale website. He is in custody. Judge.
Okay. So we won't, thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Dad. We won't issue a bench warrant. Can we let Mr. Smith, Mr. Randolph know that his client is in custody in Rockdale? Or his firm? It's Brian Howard's case. I don't know if Mr. Smith was just sitting in with him
I
today.
think he probably was, since he didn't know some of the prior info.
Okay. Okay, yes, good afternoon, Ms. Chancey. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see, Mr. Dad, you want to start with Ms. Chancey and,
Absolutely, Judge.
okay, how would you like to accomplish that?
Whatever's easiest for her, I can do Zoom, in a breakout room that, if that works.
Okay.
And my client and I can.
You want to go back to, what, okay, whatever's easier for you, okay?
Best we just do it.
Okay.
Does he prefer to do it over the phone or Zoom, sir?
I believe we're gonna do it over Zoom.
Okay,
Okay, we'll put you into a breakout room.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, and I apologize, I should have signed on, but I'll go ahead.
Okay. All right, so as soon as Mr. Dad signs on, Mr. Glanville, if you can place Ms. Chancey and Mr. Dad's laptop into a breakout for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court will be in recess until there's an announcement. I'm ready, Miss Helen.
So for the final plea calendar, position 4, Ms. Shaka Foreman, she's present here in court, Judge. We're waiting on a document from the diversion program for restitution to be signed by either your honor or someone else. And so that she can finally make the payment. I also emailed Miss Sakani Crawford, asking her about that process, and she said, we're still waiting for the judge to sign this restitution order so that she can pay, but she's willing to pay and is able to make a payment, she just needs a link and way.
That is correct. I followed up as well yesterday, trying to get the update on that. So we're still waiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it something that I need to sign?
No.
No, okay,
No.
all right, so.
We
What's-
just need a compliance calendar,
mm,
August 2nd.
We can put it on the
or-
August 2nd. If we get it before, something before then, if we can just go ahead and get it in all process and take it off that calendar, is that possible?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll place it on that August 2nd calendar, just, and it's named final plea, but.
Understood,
I'll-
Judge. And also, Judge, Ms. Foreman has appeared for every single court date. She works in Hampton and she actually had to call off of work. So I would ask for it to be on a status calendar to give her the opportunity to appear via Zoom. So she would,
I don't mind her appearing by Zoom. We only call in these calendars final plea calendars, okay? So whether it's a status calendar or whatever, it's still gonna be a final, but I don't mind her appearing by Zoom, and hopefully you'll get the documents well before that time and she won't have to appear at all,
understood, Judge.
okay? All right, so if nothing further from Ms. Foreman, she's free to go as far as the court's concerned.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
My next announcement is position 12, Ms. Luster. She's present here in court, Judge. I have spoken to her. I've also provided the initial discovery. I'm asking for a final plea calendar because I would like to go over the videos with her.
Okay, so that August 2nd final plea calendar also?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and do you have everything you need from Ms. Lester?
I do, Judge.
Okay, you're free to go, Ms. Lester. Have a good afternoon. You're welcome.
And Judge, my next announcement is position 25, Ms. Wilson. She's also present here in President Court, Judge. I've spoken to Ms. Wilson. I also have videos that I want to review with her. If we could get just the next calendar date,
Okay.
I think we'll have a resolution to her case by that next calendar date.
Okay, and that's August 2nd as well.
I'm right here.
You have everything you need from Ms. Wilson?
I do, Judge. Is she free to go? Sure. No.
Does she want to update that with the court, Ms. Helen? Okay, so we can give her some paperwork.
Judge Moore, I believe my business before the court is concluded today, Madam.
Yes, have a good weekend, Ms. McLeod. I'll see you next week. Ms. Chancey had to go to the SEA calendar. She'll be back as soon as she can. So we'll await her.
I won't practice my Spanish, Jay.
And Judge, my last announcement is for position 13. I'm still trying to reach out to Mr. McClure, but still just give me an opportunity to see if I could still try to raise him.
Okay. And the Reese case, are you handling that, Ms. Gitiella?
Ms. Allen.
Okay.
So this one.
Here the documents.
What's the question?
She reached.
Oh,
So I do apologize, the August 2 calendar for Miss Wilson, is that at 1:30?
9 o'clock.
On Monday?
They're friends. They're texting each other after.
Mr. Glenn, do you have business with the court this afternoon? You're gonna have to pull over for me if you do.
Amanda.
Okay, what happened?
Yeah,
We're talking about that now.
Oh,
You know something?
I was gonna ask you because I see.
That's what we were just talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's somebody else.
It's hers. If you look at the initial discussion,
So she-
it's the one. Is that the report? Looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think she went. I said.
Isn't she went to the casino?
I have a warrant.
Well, that's what the accusation is. It hasn't.
All I have is a warrant.
Anything on this.
No, because it's a victim for the wrong one.
Yeah.
Um.
Can I take these?
Is about when she was arrested, maybe.
Okay.
And as soon as you're free, Mr. Allen, the court's ready for the Reese plea.
Okay, we can go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Reese again.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Your Honor, we are moving forward with pleas on positions 16 and 17 on the docket today.
Okay,
Which one do you want to do first?
we can start with 16.
Okay, so this is unlawful conduct during a 911 call. This is a credit for time served and no probationary period or supervision.
Okay,
Close the case. This is from July 2021. We just ask that you accept the plea.
okay,
Yes, we stipulate to a factual basis.
okay.
Venue
Thank you.
An ID.
and ID. I couldn't remember that. I'm like, I know it's
Right,
identity.
evidence, those
Yeah.
things.
Okay. And why don't we just do this criminal trespass at the same time?
Yep, so the incident from 9/8/2023, that's a 23 CR case in position 17. That's gonna be a 12-month probationary period. Stay away from the Hidden Village Apartments. A specific address is listed on the disposition, Your Honor. Mental health evaluation and to follow through with any treatment recommended. And that probation or the supervision probation can terminate upon the completion of that special condition.
Okay. And so stipulated as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Watson Capo?
In short, we would just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated. We are looking forward, Ms. Reese is looking forward to moving on from these matters. And I've brought up we just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated, Your Honor.
Okay. And on the calendar, it has a criminal trespass and damage to property. Is one of these gonna be null prost?
No, they'll
No.
merge.
Okay,
Thank you.
so it's the criminal trespass. All right, so Ms. Reese, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 003919 F, you wish to plead guilty to unlawful conduct on a 911 call, and in case 23 CR 005414 F, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Ms. Reese, if we haven't already, we'll give you where you need to go to probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so. As soon as you're done with the terms of the probation, it's going to terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation any longer, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I did have one additional thing. She is unemployed and she is the primary caregiver to 2 young children. And she also was part of that mass discharge of recipients of Medicare, so she's working on getting her insurance back. All this is relevant to the criminal trespass case, because I wanted to see if Your Honor was amendable to waiving the probation fee for the first couple of months while she figures out the insurance so that she can have coverage for the mental health evaluation and treatment.
Okay, so I'll waive the first 2 months of probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet, and hopefully you can get it knocked out as soon as possible. Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, good luck to you, Ms. Reese.
Thank you.
What are we doing with
Oh,
the
the
other
last case, Your Honor, I am going. Should we put it on the next calendar or?
That's absolutely fine, and we can
Okay.
continue to exchange.
There's some information I still need to get to the state, so I'm
Okay.
asking to be placed on the next available, the August 2nd, I guess.
Okay,
calendar.
so we'll put position number 18 on the August 2nd final plea calendar.
And is that gonna,
Hopefully,
you
go
know,
ahead,
that's
I'm
the
sorry.
morning or?
yes,
afternoon?
that'll be a 9 o'clock calendar. If hopefully you'll be able to work it out you'll be able to work it out. If not, the case will have to be returned to the division judge and you'll get all new solicitors at that time. So if you can work it out, I'd rather see if we can get it done here.
Okay,
Okay?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, if nothing further, y'all have a good weekend.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, Your Honor.
And has she filled out the
He has this in your hand, I think.
okay, all right, just wanted to make sure. Okay,
She said she filled it out, Ms. Rogers. This is Ms. Tomorrow. May I have it?
okay, this is all that I have, so you may wanna, if she hasn't, make sure that she has.
Look her up on case. This date. 1921.
Judge, we have one more plea on the show cause.
Okay,
The Stivers.
and I'm ready whenever you all are.
Ready. Position number 9, Judge.
Okay. Good afternoon again, Ms. Stivers.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. When the state's ready on the Stivers case,
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Stivers is position 9 on our show cause calendar. There was a little unraveling that needed to be done, but the offer in this case is this 30-day service of 30 days and credit for 30 days and close the case. Ms. Stivers has multiple cases in our system in case manager. And she was arrested on this case September 20th, 2021. On 2 separate cases. So an outstanding warrant in our theft case and a new arrest for a case that was later indicted in the DA's office and has been taken care of. So the information for our case came in with a packet with multiple case info, and it's wrong in our system. All but the one charge of theft by taking. So even our victim information matches the DA's office case because we're moving too quickly. And that all happened in 2020 when this case came in 2021. So since then, we don't even have a police report on the correct case and haven't identified the correct victim in this case. My understanding is that Ms. Stivers and the victim in this case, based on the warrant, know each other. And ultimately, she served more than 90 days in the county jail around the same time period while sitting on this warrant. So it's going to be credit for time served, that 30 days, and close the case. There are no requirements for her to be on probation. There are other cases she's in on and working on.
okay.
And Your Honor, we stipulate as far as venue, identity, and factual basis, Judge.
Ms. Stivers, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004992F, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Stivers. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Good, I can go.
Yeah.
Judge, I have one announcement for position 13. Mr. Anthony McClure just answered my call and he's actually walking to the courtroom. Just need a couple more minutes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hello.
I sent it to you, so you can talk to me.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm back.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chansey.
Your Honor, what's best? I guess we can do the podium.
Right, podium. Ms. Chansey, if you'll raise your right hand for me, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm that you will translate from Spanish to English, English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down.
And Judge, before we begin, if I can put, just make sure that my client is aware, when I spoke to him with the interpreter, had given him a different fine and and community service because I was under the wrong impression in terms of the DUIs. I've told him in English, he does understand, but I just want to make sure on the record that the plea is 72 hours in custody with credit for 72 hours, a $600 fine, and 240 hours community service.
Did you get that, Ms. Chansey?
640 hours?
$600 fine and 240 hours community service.
240. Ok. Señor, quiero clarificar que la sentencia ¿cuál es? Son 72 horas de encarcelamiento y recibirá crédito por esas horas que usted ha cumplido. Son $600 de multa y I'm sorry, 600 or 640 fine.
The fine is 600, 600.
Okay, thank you, sir. Son $600 de multa y 240 horas de trabajo a favor de la comunidad.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah, I think you stop there.
And ask him if he understands so that we can get
¿Usted
that.
entiende, señor, eso?
Sí, claro.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Torres Hernandez. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Buenas tardes, señor Torres Hernández. ¿Puede levantar su mano derecha?
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura o afirma que la declaración que dará ante este tribunal será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can place your hand down.
Puede bajar su mano.
Who's taking the plea for the state?
Me, Your Honor.
Okay.
¿Hay alguna declaración de parte de la fiscalía?
I just submitted a null pros order to Mr. Randolph for counts 2 and 3. We're just moving forward on count 2, which is a second and 10-year period DUI. The statutory minimum requirements are on the paperwork, and defense counsel just went through them on the record. Defense, do you stipulate to the facts, evidence, venue, ID for the purposes of this plea?
I'm sorry, madam. If you could please pause for me. I understand that you have the charge 2 and 3 have been removed.
Yes, we're only
Okay.
moving forward on the DUI. I apologize.
Okay, van a continuar con el cargo por manejar bajo los efectos del alcohol, pero el cargo 2 y el cargo 3 han sido desestimados, señor.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
The DUI is a second in 10-year period conviction.
El cargo, o sea, el manejar bajo los efectos del alcohol es una infracción segunda en un periodo de 5 años.
And I'm asking the defense if they stipulate to the facts, venue, ID in this case.
Y le pido a la defensa si está de acuerdo con la jurisdicción y la autoridad en este caso.
We do.
We just ask that you
Sí.
accept the plea, Your Honor.
Y pedimos que usted acepte la declaración, su señoría.
Sí, acepto.
Mr. Dad?
Nothing to add other than request the court to follow the negotiated plea, Judge.
No pedimos nada más, solo a su señoría que acepte la declaración, por favor.
Mr. Torres Hernandez, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004398F, you wish to plead guilty to DUI. Is that correct?
Señor Torres Hernández, yo entiendo que en su caso 21CR004398F, usted quiere declarar ser culpable ante un cargo de manejar bajo los efectos del alcohol. ¿Eso es correcto?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
¿Está bajo la influencia de alguna droga o alcohol esta tarde?
No.
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Usted está siendo representado por su abogado. ¿Está usted satisfecho con su servicio?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Usted entiende que usted tiene el derecho de ir a juicio ante jurado, pero al declararse culpable, usted renunciará a ir a juicio con jurado. ¿Entiende eso?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
¿Hay alguien que lo haya forzado o coaccionado para que usted se declare culpable?
No.
No,
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Torres Hernandez.
yo acepto su declaración como ha sido negociada, señor Hernández.
I believe that we've already given you where you need to report to probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so.
Le hemos dado indicaciones, creo, para dónde usted debe presentarse en la oficina de probatoria y quiero que usted se presente en las próximas 2 semanas.
Anything further this afternoon?
¿Hay
Judge,
algo más?
I will get him a copy of where he needs to report, Judge. I think he filled out the paperwork, but we need a copy.
Y creo que él firmó solamente el papeleo regular, pero le voy a obtener una copia donde él debe presentarse.
So I'm gonna ask you to stay in the courtroom until I give you that sheet. Once you get it, you're free to go.
Por eso le voy a pedir que usted se quede aquí en la sala hasta que yo le entregue esa hoja y después pueda retirarse.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Any questions?
Gracias. ¿Alguna pregunta, señor Hernández?
Sí, ¿qué va a
Yes.
pasar con el dinero que yo pagué de fianza?
What is going to happen with the money I paid when I posted bond?
So if it is a cash bond, as I explained earlier, once next week, once the case, you have this, a copy of the sentence, you can take that to the 9th floor of the courthouse to the sheriff's office, and they'll process the money back to you.
Entonces, como le expliqué antes, si usted pagó toda su fianza con dinero en efectivo, aproximadamente la próxima semana usted puede ir con la copia de la sentencia de hoy e ir al piso 9º en el tribunal, que es donde está la comisaría o sheriff office.
You need to make sure that you have some type of ID with you so they'll know who you are.
Usted debe asegurarse que lleve una tarjeta de identificación para que ellos sepan quién es usted.
Okay.
Ok.
Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
No, señor.
Okay.
No, sir.
Can we release Madam Interpreter this afternoon?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Chancey.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it as always. You have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you for your patience. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You too.
Mr. Randolph, thank you for arranging the interpreter.
You're welcome, Mr. Haddad.
Yeah, here I am. Not to give you any credit.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
You must be used to it, right?
Home invasion is out of Chattahoochee Hills. After the-
And that was your client that showed up, Miss Helen?
Yes, Judge, I'm speaking with them now.
Okay, thank you.
For Miss Stivers, the lady. Oh, no, not for Miss Stivers. Yeah, yeah. It's an intake.
Did we try to get in touch with Mr. Sullivan's?
Yes, there was a lead file.
Okay, so position number 3, Joseph Durante is going to be reset to August 2nd.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it looks like the last case we're holding on is Miss Helen's
Go through the
case.
calendar if the court wishes.
Say it again?
We can go through the calendar if we're only waiting on Ms. Helen.
Okay, do I have Miss Helen's permission to do that without her? So, Mr. Randolph, whenever you're ready.
Sure, everybody would rather be somewhere else.
9 is a jury trial.
What about 13?
13, that's the one we're holding on, Miss Helen's case.
This is ORCA final plea, June 7th. Position 1, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 2, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 3, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 4, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 5, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 6, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 7, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 8, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 9, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 10, reset August 2nd, final plea. Position 11, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 12, reset to final plea, August 2nd. Position 13, we're waiting for. Position 14, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 15, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 16,
16 and 17 were pleas.
16 and 17 are pleas.
18, we're gonna reset to
Yeah.
August the 2nd.
Had it for 17 times, sorry. 18, reset final plea, August 2nd. 19, reset final plea, August 2nd. Position 20, plea. Position 21, no pros. Position 22, reset to final plea, August 2nd. Position 23, reset to August 2nd, final plea. Position 24, jury trial demand, back to division. Position 25, reset to August 2nd, final plea. Position 26, jury trial demand, back to division.
And Judge, I have an announcement on position 13.
Okay,
I've spoken with Mr. McClure. I've provided him with the initial discovery. I also have given him the offer. However, he just needs more time. I also have a video that I want to watch with him from his case, but he needs more time to see if he's going to close his case in a plea or reverse something.
August 2nd, final plea calendar what?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
What we did for Lanier? Number 1 for show cause.
I haven't heard back from anyone in our DUI.
You want me to reset that?
Yes, please, Your
August
Honor.
2nd? Okay,
I know that Mr. Toller was gonna be out of the country until June the 10th, so
okay. As long as he's working on it, we'll reset it.
thank you.
If I'm ready. The ORCA show cause, June 7th, position 1.
Can we just do this if y'all don't mind? They were all bench warrants except for position number 9, which was a plea. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay,
1 as a reset. Okay.
thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Randolph, I didn't mean to usurp your responsibility.